Hello, Malaysians. Welcome to my home. And in this episode of 8 Minutes for Unity, I would like to share my thoughts on how we need to respect one another, especially across race and religion, in order to achieve unity and harmony. Now, many of us have been taught that respect is something that we do to our families and relatives, and also a few people in terms of how we should show politeness. But I would like to talk about respect from the inside, meaning how we actually respect others because we actually need everyone, whether they are of different race and religion in our life, socially, economically, and also spiritually. Now, it is unfortunate that after so many years of Merdeka, we still have problems relating to one another, not only through race and religion, but now also with geography. After the Sabah election, people are saying that we have drifted apart as nations between Peninsula and Sabah and Sarawak. And that is very unfortunate. And this is why we need to learn about respect. Now, again, unfortunately, that in our country, there are narratives that says people in politics, people in our communities, people in our life, as well as people in our houses of worship, saying that we need only to rely on our own race and our own religion. And that's why respect becomes something of a superficial manner in which we show politeness to people, but we do not really respect them from our soul or inside. We show them in terms of politeness that is some people respecting or interpreting as respect, but in actual fact, we are not respecting. So for me, respect comes when we admit to ourselves that we need each other socially, economically, and spiritually. Now, how do we need each other socially? Of course, we need each other socially. When we look at our lives, we live in a neighborhood where there are also others who are not of our religion and our race, maybe our neighbors. For instance, when I live in a Chinese community, my neighbor was a Chinese, and when I leave for vacation, I would ask him to look after the house. And similarly, when he goes off, or the neighbor goes off for the Chinese New Year, he would ask me to take care of his house. So this is something that we do socially, in which we respect not only our neighbors, but also our teachers and our doctors, or those that come into our life, because we need them for a certain situation like education and also safety. And once we have this need, then there is this idea of respect because of that need in the social sense. Now, with regard to economic sense, that's very easy to understand. If you're starting a business, or if you have a company and you need workers, obviously you cannot rely on one single race or one single religion to run the company. You need all kinds according to their expertise or capabilities. Similarly, if you're selling something, you need all the market. You can't just sell from one particular group only, because then that would be putting yourself out of business. Then when you have to work and apply for work, and if you say, I only want to work with one race or one religion, people of the same religion, so that they have the same value system, now that is also limiting your marketability. I had to, I mean, I was fortunate enough to be taken up by a company or an institution owned by a non-Malay, because those other places that I applied to did not want me for certain political reasons. So economically, we need each other, and therefore we need to respect one another. And if there are those who challenging the dignity of others, then we need to protect them. because these people are part of our life. We need them, and this is important. Finally, we also need to respect people in the sense of spirituality. Again, unfortunately, when we go to houses of worship, sometimes there are clerics or people who would say that you would need to help only your own um, faith, meaning people from your own faith. And I think this is very, very unfortunate, because in the Quran itself, when it says that those who have faith, part of it is those who help the poor, those who help the orphans, those who help the needy, those who help the travelers. And it didn't say that these people are Muslims. It just says that they are poor, just says that they are orphans, just says that they are in need of help. And we can understand all religion, not requiring that in order to extend aid or help, that person must be of our own kin or our own relative or our own race and things like that. Of course, our relatives and kin comes first, but it is understood that we need to extend whatever help that we can give to others, because we do not know the wheels of fortune, where one day we will be needing help from everyone, and it doesn't matter where the help comes from. And that is a thing that we need very badly for us. So I hope, my fellow Malaysians, all of us can respect one another, not simply because it is something polite to be shown, but because we actually need one another. I need all of those who are not of my race and religion, and those of not my race and religion need me in their life. And if we understand that very, very well, then we can show real respect, true respect. True respect is not just being polite, but it comes from the heart. And also it comes from mind, where we say that, well, we cannot live without each other. And so this will become a better foundation for us to reinvent and rebuild our country against the elements that try to teach us exclusiveness or exclusivity of race and religion. But we want to emphasize inclusiveness and inclusivity. So with that, thank you for coming to my home and having the time to listen to some sharing about how we can have unity in our country and our nation and live peacefully with each other. Thank you very much.